Hello, hello, hello. Can everybody hear me? Oh, there's only small amount of people here yet, but so far, but welcome. How is everybody on this lovely Friday night? Welcome, Mike Jones, first time chat. Awesome. I want to apologize. I know I said we were going to do this earlier in the day, but unfortunately, my schedule doesn't really allow that half the time. so, um, just a forewarning, I will have to step away for like a few minutes sometime. I don't know, sometimes a little later. But um, we should be back in like a few minutes. um, anyways, first off, want to welcome all the season 35 rookies. Uh, this is the prospect showcase uh, we've been doing for a while now, and uh, in the early years of PBE, I know it was around. It wasn't around when I joined the league. We kicked it back off in around season 22 or whatever it is, and and yes, after dark. Yes, it's the adult version. um, but yeah, uh, we kicked this kind of back up around season 22 or 24. I forgot which one it is. And then yeah, I really have enjoyed doing it. I actually look forward to meeting all of you rookies. And yeah, and if you guys have any questions about the league or anything, feel free to ask in the chat or or anything. Um, so just to explain the showcase itself a little bit, it's four teams, consists of, well, obviously the all the players that are in the season 35 class. It's also mixed in. We need to fill the rest of the teams with a team with 100 TPE IAs that have kind of come and gone over the years because it's hard to fill out all four teams. Um, and the and basically how tonight will go is that you're gonna see one game. It's gonna be two regular, quote unquote, regular season games. They're not really regular seasons. It's kind of just there. We're gonna show both of them just so everyone can see all four teams, and then we're gonna go into the playoffs. Uh, it's a best of five and a best of seven. I'm kind of hoping that it won't turn into uh, something awful from a few seasons back where it was like reverse sweeps like everywhere and it just drags on. But we're only going to stream the. um, it, no, you really don't want that. There is a supposed hot tub stream that somebody owes PVE and it hasn't happened yet. So um, but we're only gonna show the elimination games. Every other game we're gonna quick sim. We're also gonna be here forever. Uh, but the whole goal of this is really one, just for everybody to see their players for the first time. However they do here, good or bad, it has zero bearing on how your actual player would be. So just keep that in mind. You can absolutely destroy everyone here, and it doesn't really mean anything. It doesn't affect anything whatsoever. So keep that in mind. Um, the file itself I will provide after. Uh, Unfortunately, this won't go on the index because we can't have tournaments in the live file. It actually breaks a few things. So we always do it in an offline file. But unfortunately, I can't really get like an index out properly from doing this, um, or at least I tried, and it just never really worked out that well. If that happens, you have to, yeah, Yeah, I'm gonna have to get Danny to finish it off, and yeah. No, no. So what happened a few seasons back was I actually had to split it into 2 days, and that's really not what my goal is. But so I'm just kind of hoping that just we'll just enjoy, chill, uh, and just watch some fake baseball. And if you want to come on and for us to get to know you a little bit better, feel free to DM me and let me know. But let's keep it civil. and and yeah, so I'm gonna cut to here, and we're going to introduce the teams a little bit. So there are four teams, and we're gonna start off with the Fresno Furious George. Um, and this is their team roster here. Is that at shortstop is Hank Falco, center field is Drop Ball, DH is Dog Summer, La Princess Fry, right field. Dan King Jr. at second. Noah Caterney at third base. Care Bear at left field. Walt McLaren at center. And Daniel Johnson at first with Tyler Rogalski and Zach Taylor, Danny Smith Jr., and Shaggy Tippin as the starting rotation. Bullpen consists of Charles Duvall, Matt Stroh, Ariel Renato, Kevin McThumper, Rylan Moffett, and El Sidrid, or however you say it. And so the second team is the Smyrna New Smyrna Sharks. And I did not. Okay, what happened here? I thought I did this already. Let me just double check on that. Okay, I'm just gonna save that there then. All right, then I'm just gonna let that go. Just to make sure. Did I not do this for the rest of them? Hang on one second. I thought I did. Okay, maybe I didn't. Okay, all right, doesn't matter. All right, so we'll have Jordan Beecham Reyes the second at right field, Danny Brennan left field, Chet Hookham shortstop, Tug Trammell first base, OOTP Wizard center field, Tony Sims at DH, Shia Miss second base, Milo Houston, um, Huston third base, and Tunch Denstro at catcher. Can we? Can you? Oh, it's there. I actually physically did I actually did the pitching. I actually went in there and actually modified some of it myself. So that's probably I didn't check the lineups. Um, so they should be good. Um, and in the bullpen is Maxwell Reed, Duke Smith, Dante Havisham, Charlotte Winters, Ira Moore, and Heinz Doofenshmirtz. All right, and the third team is the San Jose Jose's, and there is a story behind Jose, which is the number three batter here. Jose, I don't even remember what class Jose was in, but he has been featured in every single one of these. Well, almost every one of these uh, prospect showcase, and what happened was that he kept winning them. His team kept winning them, like something absurd. Like they won like six in a row with him on it, and it just he became a legend. And so we include him now every single season, regardless. And now we even have a team just called Jose's because why not? Um, so he's on this team, and normally his team is favored to win. Don't know why or how, it just happens. Okay, so at shortstop is Junior Teresi. Second base is Rob Foraker. Right field is Jose. At DH is Bunk Moreland, and at catcher is El Tao Tenmin. Okay, I don't know how do you say that. Nor am I gonna try. But And first base, which I thought was the best name, McChicken. Um, Left field is Draco Car Sanazo. Center field is Bo McCoy. Third baseman is Sean S. Shanahan. Hugh Mann is the starting rotation is Hugh Mann, Luis Hyen, Randos Jr., Gerald Slams, Brighton Grisby. And the bullpen is Cooper S. Town, John Marston, Slurm McKenzie, Anthony Parco, DJ Roach, and Jackson Bentley. Okay, and our last team is the Yellowstone Super Volcano. Um, and yes, thank you, Attica, for that submission. And this is from him as well. The little Super Volcano logo. So as shortstop is Jeff Windsor. Second base is Firpo LaRoche. DH is James Dion. Center field is Deez Namite. Uh, First base is Brandon Zahn. Right field is Richie Wheelhammer. Left field is Press Duckley. A catcher is Ted Zelenak. Third base is Smashing Mashington. And the rotation is Psyduck, Cap Space, Aaron Kozak, and Joe Simile. Or Joe Smile, whatever. Joe Samile, maybe? Okay. Um, Bullpen is literally 1984. Brendan Mora, Johnny Quest, Adam Mosley, Hiro Ono, and Conrad Bremen. Okay. Okay. All right. So we're just gonna go and actually gonna kick off the game. So there will be one game on the 6th, one game on the 7th. These games don't actually mean anything. This is just kind of, they call it regular season, but it's just for us to kind of showcase each team so everybody, uh, you know, get to see their players as much as possible. And I have a D&D stream to host, but I want to. well, I don't know what to tell you, Attica. These games mean everything. They do mean, actually they do. You know, it's do or die here. So, trying to remember if there's anything that I forgot before we start this, but I hope not. You think that doing this file for like, I don't know how many seasons, I'll have this like completely set and remember how to do this, but no, not really. So I know I'm probably gonna end up forgetting something. This is the real world. Yes, it is. This actually just determines everything. That's it. Like there's no reason to continue after this. This is the height of your career. All right, we're gonna kick it off. The first game is the Jose versus the Sharks, and the the starting pitcher is Manoright versus Hugh Man. So uh, yeah, two recreates in this S35 class. If anybody didn't know, Hugh Man is um, the user is Taco Shop. He is the minor league commissioner, and Manoright is, well, his username is Manoright, and he is the updater head. Um, and both of them just been integral parts of our league for quite a while now. And we just want to who wins. Hey, Donnie's up to you. I mean, you want to keep it simple. Who wins? That's fine. Yeah. So yeah. So yeah. So for everybody, if this is your first time here, we have predictions, and you use channel points to well, basically bet, and you cash out later on. If someone can throw up the form to sign to link your username and stuff, if someone have that, and the newer people can kind of put that um, could do that, that would be great. But anyways, we're going to kick off the game and well, watch some, hang out, watch some fake baseball. And I'm gonna make sure, gotta check some settings here before. I just know something probably got screwed up along the way. And oh, okay, looks halfway decent. Oh, just kidding. Just kidding. Oh, wow, that was fast. And that was a Teresi leads off the game with a home run. But well, I need to change the settings a little bit because this is going to bother me massively. We do not want that. And just gonna go back over here. Where's that stupid option? There it is. All right. All right. So 1-0 already. 1-0 already as Teresi leads off the game with a solo shot against Manorite. I'm gonna continue now. Come on, buddy. And that is a extra base hit by Foraker, a double. And so the Jose's are getting themselves into a good position as Jose strikes out looking. Moreland should drive this. Oh no, just kidding. Moreland gets a single, but they will hold the runner up at third. The catcher gets a base hit up the middle, and that will score the second run of the game. 2-0 Jose. McChicken up, and he'll strike out swinging. So Nazo will get this one, and they'll go the short way for the third out. So it's 2-0. The Jose's take an early lead. Let's see if the Sharks can do anything. Beecham Reyes, the second, flies out. And that is a strikeout by Brennan. And Hookham will get a little fly ball to the second baseman. And that's a clean inning for Hugh Mann. And we'll move to the top of the second. And that is fairly deep to left by McCoy, but it'll be caught for the first out. Shanahan lines out to the shortstop. And that is a strikeout for Teresi. So a much better inning for Manorite after a shaky first. As Tug Tremel will get the Sharks their first hit of the game. OTP Wizards strikes out swinging. Tony Sims will fly out to shallow center for the second out. And miss. Grounds out to third. So now end of the second is 2-0. Still. A little fly ball to the second baseman. First out. Jose again. Jose hits this one fairly deep to center, but that should be caught for a second out. Moreland will strike out swinging. So Manorite really settling down after that first inning. And a little fly ball to third. And Beecham Reyes, the second, getting a double, 2-out double here. And a fly ball to right, and that ends the inning. Oops, sorry. So Manorite continues to get people out as nobody has gotten on base since the first inning. And he will strike out Sanazo. So well, so much for, I thought there would be a lot of offense, but I guess not. So we 4.5, and not too much going on. Hookham gets a single to lead off the inning. Tremel will get a double. So let's see if they could score a runner. Nope, they will hold him up at third. So second and third for OTP Wizard coming up. And he will get this one up the middle, base hit. And that will score 1, so the Sharks get themselves on the board. We're still no out, first and third. And that is a fairly deep drive to center. And the center field catches it, but Trammell will come in and score as the sac flies, so now the game is tied at 2. And, oh, well, that is a, I guess they call it, okay, it's double on that. And he'll fly out, but Miss will come home to score on a sac fly. It's 4-2. So Hugh Mann getting knocked around here in the fourth. But he gets McChicken to no, I'm sorry. He gets Denstro to ground out to end the inning. And we will move on to the top of the fifth. And a little bloop single by McCoy. Oh, just kidding. He, I don't know why he went for second there, but he did, and he's out. And a fly ball to center by Shanahan for the second out. And a fly ball to the other side of center. And that will be it. A strikeout by Beecham Reyes, the second. First out. Hugh Mann is still pitching here. You strike out Brennan for the second out. Hookem will line out to center. And it's quick 1-2-3 inning. And we'll move on to the top of the sixth with Foraker, Jose, and Moreland as Foraker strikes out against Manorite, his 7th strikeout of the game. Jose will ground out to second, and Moreland will take the walk. First walk of the game given up by Manorite. He's at 91 pitches, and he walked another one, so might be getting a little trouble here. And he is replaced by Charlotte Winters, who promptly gives up a single, but the runner will be held at third, so his base is loaded for Zanazo, who will ground out to the second baseman. So Hugh Mann is still pitching for San Jose as he strikes out Trammell for the first out. OTP Wizard will fly out to center, second out. And a line out by Sims, so 1-2-3 inning for Mann. And we move to the top of the seventh. McCoy leading off with a single up the middle. Shanahan is up. 1 on, no out. And Shanahan strikes out looking. And a walk to Teresi, 2 out, 2 on, 1 out. And Foraker strikes out swinging. Jose's up. Jose will ground out to first. And so the score is still 4-2 as the Sharks come up. See if they could extend the lead. Miss will fly out to left for the first out. Hudson. Single over the second baseman's head. Denstro, the catcher, coming up. And that is a wild pitch. And Hudson goes to second. And Denstro strikes out looking. And that is a walk by Reyes. Beecham Reyes, the second. Just note that John Marston is pitching now. Top of the eighth. And that is a fly ball to shortstop for the first out. As Duke Smith came in relief. And he'll give up a single to the catcher, Al Tao. I don't know how to say his last name. But he'll strike out McChicken for the second out. And Sinazo will hit a little tapper back to the catcher. That's the third out. So the bullpen seems to be holding. And we are moving to the bottom of the eighth. Let's see if the Sharks can extend the lead again. And Coopertown Coopertown is pitching, and that is a double by Chet Hookham. As Tremel grounds out, but Hookham goes to third. OTV Wizard will. Oh, what a diving catch at first by McChicken. But Sims gets a single, and he'll get a insurance run for the Sharks, 5-2 now. And that is a base hit by Miss, and so 2 on, 2 out for Huston, who will strike out swinging. And we'll move on. Top of the ninth. Last chance for the Jose's, and a good start there. McCoy leads off of a double. Shanahan coming up, followed by Teresi. Shanahan strikes out swinging against Duke Smith for the first out. Teresi gets a single, so it's first and third with 1 out. Foraker coming up, and he was strikeout swinging. That looks really on the outside. Jose coming up, last chance. Jose hit a little tapper back to the pitcher, and that is it. So we see the Sharks winning game 1, 5-2. Pretty much all the scorings were done in like 2 innings. The Jose took an early lead, but they couldn't get anything else going for the other 8 innings. Let's take a look at some quick box scores here. For the batting side, you have a couple of hits from Teresi, including the solo home run to lead off the game. The catcher with a couple of hits, and McCoy went through for 4 for San Jose. On the Sharks side, you have a couple of hits from Hookham and Tremel, a couple of RBIs from Sims, and a couple of hits from Miss. And yeah. And over on the pitching side, Hugh Mann takes the loss, giving up 4 runs over 6 innings. And Manoright gets the win, 7 strikeouts over 5 2/3. Winters with the hold, Smith with the save, 2-inning save there. Player of the game is Manoright. All right, so gonna save this. All right, and we'll get our second feature game, and it will be Yellowstone, the Super Volcanoes at the Furious George. I love that monkey. Um, and the starting pitchers are Psyduck and Tyler Rogowski. Yeah, I'm actually, I don't know why I didn't take the name Psyduck before. That's been my Discord PFP for so long. And here we are. We have a Psyduck. OTP seems to think it favors the Furious Georges a little bit more on the batting side, but who knows? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. And pitching goes to Psyduck for whatever reason it has. So, alrighty. So let's kick this one off, and let's. All right. Jeff Windsor will lead off the game, and he will hit this one fairly deep to left. And that will be the first out of the game. LaRoche will hit this one right at the center field. It doesn't even have a move. And that is his second out. And that is a base hit, a little bloop base hit over second baseman hit by James Dion for the first hit of the game. And did he get? Oh, Dion gets picked off by Rogalski. Little quick move there gets Dion snapping. And we will move on to the bottom of the first. Dog Summer will lead off with a strikeout against Psyduck. Falco will strike out looking. And Fry will line out to third. Oh, sorry, I should have given you a little more time for the pred. Sorry about that. Keep forgetting about that. That's my bad. I'll give a little more time next one. And Wheelhammer grounds out. Zahn will hit a little tapper back to the pitcher, and oh, little tapper, and he's out. So that's quick 1-2-3 again. So bottom of the second, Dan King Jr. launches this, and it's gone. Dan King Jr. making like Dan King himself, the legend, the Vancouver legend Dan King, and it will give the Georges a 1-0 lead as ball line flies out to center and Care Bear strikes out. So 1-0 after two. Move on to the top. Oh, Rogowski hits Zelenak, and Zelenak will be off the first base, and he strikes out Press Duckley for the first out. Smashington will fly out to the left for second out. Windsor will take the walk, so it's 2 on, 2 out. And that is a ground out by LaRoche, and that will end the inning. So still clean by Rogowski after 3. Caterney flies out to center, and that will be caught. Daniel Johnson will take the walk as Dog Summer will strike out looking. As Falco takes the walk, 2 on, 2 out, and Fry grounds out to the third baseman. So after 3, still 1-0. No offensive explosions yet. James Dion flies out to fairly deep center for the first out. Namite uh, is out, and Wheelhammer will ground out, and that is it. 1-2-3. So Rogowski pitching very well after 4. Dan King Jr. will strike out swinging for the first out. McLaren will get this one back up the middle. A base hit. And drop ball coming up. He will hit this one shallow left, and that is the second out as Care Bear comes up, the left fielder, and he will ground out to second. So after 4, 1-0 still. Top of the 5th, we have Zahn, Zelenak, and Duckley coming up as Zahn grounds out, first out. And a diving play, but not fast enough. Somehow the catcher beats that out. And Duckley will ground out to a fielder's choice at the second. Mashington will hit a grounder back to the pitcher for the third out. So pitcher's duel here. It's Rogowski clean after no runs after 5 innings. Noah Caterney leading off the third baseman, and he will fly out to third base, first out. Daniel Johnson will get this one past a diving first baseman for the first hit in the bottom of the 5th. 1 on, 1 out, and Summer hit this one fairly deep, but it's caught by the center fielder, second out. Falco will, oh, no throw. He is too fast, and it's 2 on, 2 out for Fry. Fry skies this one into shallow center, and I guess the shortstop takes it. So we move to the top of the 6th. Let's see if the Volcanoes can get anything done. Not like that. LaRoche coming up, and that will line out to the second baseman. James Dion with a slow tapper back to second, but he will beat that out. Infield single with Dion. Namite will ground out to third base, and that will be it. So they only can get 3 hits so far after 6. Well, after 6 innings for them. So bottom of the 6th, Dan King Jr. will scoot over onto second because there's an error. So Ball will get this one down, and that should nope. They're still a single. They're playing it base to base. 1 or 2 on at the corner, and this one's launched deep by Ball, and that is gone. 407 feet by drop ball, giving the Furious George a 4-0 lead. I'm just trying. The PBE is scripted. Yeah, let's not give that secret away. uh, it's 5-0 now as the Georgia has put up 4 here. As Summer gets an infield so hit and it just continues on. Falco grounds out to second and that is it. So the Volcanoes need to get some runs on because they're running out of time and this lead is pretty big now. But that should help. Wheelhammer gets his leadoff single. Zahn up and Wheelhammer moves over to second with a pass ball. As Zahn skies this one into right, Wheelhammer will move over to third. And that is a ground out by Selenok, but it will score Wheelhammer for the Volcanoes' first run of the game. A walk taken by Duckley. Mashington coming up. And it will get a single back up the middle, and that will be first and third with 2 outs. Back to the top of the order, Windsor, who will strike out looking against Rogowski. So 7 very strong inning by Tyler Rogowski. And back behind some timely offense in the 6th for the Georges. And they will try to tag onto it, the 10th hit, as Fry lead off the inning. Dan King Jr. will strike out looking against Hiro Ono. And McLaren gets a single, so it's 2 on, 1 out for drop ball, who had the long shot earlier, but he was strikeout swinging. As Care Bear comes up, and that is a base hit, and that will score another one. That is 6-1. Georges up. As Caterney comes up, and he will get this one past the third baseman, and that will score another one. It's 7-1 now. As they don't seem to stop, but okay. Well, Daniel Johnson hit this one hard, but it's caught by the left fielder. So it's 7-1 after 7. Let's see if the Volcanoes could do anything. LaRoche sky this one to center. First out. James Dion will strike out looking. And a strikeout by Namite, and that is it. So we move to the bottom of the 8th. Hiro Ono still pitching, and he will get someone to sky this really high fly ball, infield fly. And Falco flies out to right. Fry coming up, and they will ground out to first. So a 1-2-3 inning. We move to the top of the 9th. Last chance for the Volcanoes. Wheelhammer will hit this one in the right, and that's the first out. Zahn, the first baseman, will hit a fly ball to very deep center, but it will be caught. So Zelenak will take the walk against Rylan Moffat. As Duckley will get a base hit back up the middle, and so with a little life, last Mashington will fly out to left, and that will be it. So the Georges take a 7-1 win. Let me look at the box scores really quick here. We have Dion with a couple of hits. Just get picked off at first. Not too much else going on for Yellowstone. Fresno side, everybody got a hit. Leading the way is McLaren, the catcher, went 3 for 4. Drop ball with the three-run homer. A couple of hits for Care Bear, Caterney, and hits for everyone. Yay! Side Ducks take the loss, and Rogowski takes the win. 7 strong innings, only giving up 1 earned, striking out 3. And the player of the game, rightfully so, is Tyler Rogowski. We'll save this. All right, so this is the part where we move on to the actual playoffs portion. And I think it's right there. Okay. So in the first round, it is the Volcano and the Georges and Jose's and Sharks. I wish I would have flip-flopped that around, but whatever. I don't care. Uh, we're gonna quick sim until we get to an elimination game. So these games, I guess, matters now. I don't know. They all matter. All right, and we have first game here with the Volcanoes at the Furious George Cap Space versus Zach Taylor. Boom. And the Super Volcanoes come off with a win, so it's taking it a 1-0 series lead here. And over on Yellowstone side, a couple of RBIs for Zahn, 3 RBIs for Mashington in the bottom of the order there, a couple of hits for Windsor. Over on Fresno side, a couple of hits for Doug Summer with a couple of RBIs as well, and a couple of hits for McLaren there, having himself a good tournament so far. And over on the pitching side, Cap Space did not fare well, gave up 6 unearned runs. Ouch. um, only one of them earned, but I threw 52 pitches in an inning and then 2/3. But somehow they still got the win. That's impressive. Johnny Quest with the save there. Fresno on Fresno's side, it's Zach Taylor. Zach Taylor giving up six runs there, walking 4. Wasn't a good outing. Mastro gets the blown save there, and fortunately takes the loss. Player of the game is Mashington. Okay, we're gonna go to the other game, and the Jose's offensive explosion, taking game 1 from the Sharks. Look at that! Look at that graph. Whoop! That's That would have been a fun one to watch. San Jose side, a lot of hitting. Teresi 4 for 6 at RBI. Sanazo 3 for 5 with 4 RBIs. Did he hit a home run? Yes, he did. He hit 2 home runs. Oh, nice. Moreland with a couple of hits. Foraker with 4 for 5 with 2 runs scored. 3 for 5 day for McCoy. 3 for 5 day for Jose. And on the Sharks side, 3 for 5 day for Sims. 3 for 4 day, I'm sorry. But that's pretty much it. They had a few runs here. They did score, but they kind of, when you give up 13, you're probably not going to win. Over on the pitching side, because pitching is now optional, Rando Jr. giving up 5 in 4 2/3. DJ Roach takes the win, and McKenzie gets the save. On the Sharks side, Starscream did have himself a decent outing there, a quality start, 6 innings. Did give up 9 hits, but only gave up 2 earned runs. Didn't factor into the decision. Havisham blew the save with, oh, well, that's just unkind. 6 runs in 2/3 of an inning. Ouch. And not like Duke Smith down here did any much better. 4 runs in an inning. Yeah. Well, it is what it is. Player of the game is Dracocar Sanazo. Alrighty. Alright, now we go to game 2. So we're going to quick sim this one, and the next game should be the elimination game oh, no, that's not true. Well, we would see if we have any elimination game after. So, alright. So game 2 of the Volcano and George. And the Super Volcano winning when it matters, I guess. So there will be an elimination game after. The Super Volcano taking it 2-game lead over George. Over on the batting side of Yellowstone, a couple of hits for Dion and a couple of hits for Namite, and 3 RBIs for Wheelhammer, who hit a 2-run homer. Right, it's a one third, the 2 on 2 out. Yeah, it's 2 on 2 out. So it's actually okay. Yeah, so it's actually a 3-run shot there. Almost everybody got a hit on the team, and over on Fresno's side, 3 for 5 through 4 day for Fry, a couple of hits by Bear and McLaren, but they didn't really do much other than that. And let's take a look. Pitching, Aaron Kozak takes the win, 7 innings. Uh, and Mora gets the save there. Dan, Dan Smith Jr. Yeah, Danny Smith Jr. takes the loss for Fresno. And the player of the game is Jeff Windsor. And game 2 of the Jose's and Sharks. And the Sharks ties the series up at 1, putting up 11 against the Jose's. Jose side, scatter hits here and there. Moreland with a couple of hits, a couple of RBIs by the catcher. McCoy going 2 for 4, and on the Sharks side, Beecham Reyes the second going 3 for 5 of a run score, 3 for 5 for Hookham with 3 runs scored, and a OTP Wizard with it's a 3-run shot, so he got another RBI somewhere. Uh, and Sims 3 for 4 with 3 RBIs, good for him, getting a yep. This is a solo home run. So kind of middle-ish order there, middle-ish order doing the damage for the Sharks. Pitching side, Gerald Slams, okay, gave up no earned runs. All 7 of them came as unearned runs. That is just terrible. Takes the loss. And on the Sharks side, Mace Windu getting the win, 4 runs over 5 innings. The bullpen held nicely, and yeah, they tied the series up, right? That's what it was. Yeah. Player of the game is Tony Sims. Let's see here. All right, so it should be a day off, and what we are going to do, they're the same time. Great. We are going to show this. This is an elimination game for Yellowstone and George, and we're going to turn BNN back on so you could see the other game in the background. And if you want to throw up the prediction of who wins, and I'll kick this off in just a second, as I'm going to get a drink. It's okay. Yeah, you're gonna have bad outings. That's gonna happen. It probably won't be the last time. That is the nature of being a pitcher, especially a reliever. Oh man, that being a reliever has its moments. I'll tell you that. You know, you realize you're the reason You could be the reason your team wins because you're just absolutely dominating for 3 innings coming up for your save, or you come in here and just giving up 4 and blowing the save, and then you just have no one else to blame but yourself. it's awful. Who's up? We have the elimination game in the first series between the Yellowstone Super Volcano versus the Furious Georges. So, all right, let's kick this off, and best of luck to both teams. And I need to turn on the background BNN. Hang on a second. After the first pitch, I'll do that. As Summer flies out for the first out. Oh, I'm being dumb. Boop. Oh, all right. So you can see what's going on in this game as well. And we will continue on. Falco. I thought I clicked it. Falco coming up against Samayo. And a strikeout for Fry. So a clean inning, top of the first. We move on to the bottom of the first. As Windsor LaRoche, Dion coming up for Yellowstone against Shaggy Tippin. And Windsor launches this one. It's a 1-0 lead now for the Super Volcano. LaRoche coming up, and he will get that into right field for a single. James Dion will fly out to shallow left for the first out. And a strikeout by Namite. Zahn will drop this single. So 2 on, 2 out for Wheelhammer. Wheelhammer will fly out to right field. And we'll move on to the top of the second. Base hit up the middle by Dan King Jr. for the Georgia's first hit of the game. McLaren coming up. Grounds out. Oh, nope, double play. Well, you don't see a lot of double plays with minors people because no one ever puts anything into turn double plays, but here we are. As ball strikes out for the third out. Duckley will drop a single in to lead off the inning. Selenak, the catcher, hit a little dribbler. Sure, and he'll throw out Duckley at second for the first out. And a slow roller, and Mashington will beat this one out. An infield single. 2 on, 1 out for the top of the order for Windsor, who will strike out. Could not hold up a swing. LaRoche will hit a slow grounder back to second, and he'll be out at first. Move on to the top of the third. We'll have Care Bear, Katerney, Johnson coming up. As Care Bear strikes out to lead off the inning. Katerney will hold up his swing and take a walk down to first. Johnson will hit this one over down into the gap, and oh no! What a relay! What a relay! And they'll get Katerney at home, and that will save a run as Summer flies out. Wow! Dion will lead off the inning with a little opposite field single. Damite will ground it a double play. Zahn will take the walk. Wheelhammer coming up. And strikes out looking. So they've been getting on base. They have 6 hits and could only get 1 run so far. Falco strikes out against Samayo to lead off the inning, and Fry would take a walk. It's 1 on, 1 out for Dan King, who will he'll get this one to the shortstop, but he bobbles it. But it's not an error, and a pass ball wild pitch moves the runner up to second and third. McLaren will fly this out to right, but they will not test the arm. Drop ball coming up, and they will drop this in for a single, and that will be 2 runs. George take a 2-1 lead on a 2 RBI single by Ball. And Care Bear will ground out to third, and they'll go to short way for the third out. So top of the fourth, George getting a couple of runs, taking the lead. Duckley will strike out swinging to lead off the inning. Selenak will take the walk against Tippin. And a sliding catch by the center fielder against Smashington. And Windsor will drop this one into the gap, and that will be a triple. A RBI triple by Windsor, and Yellowstone ties the game up at 2. And LaRoche will ground out to third, and that will be end of the fourth. The game is tied at 2. Wow, indeed. And wow, a diving catch in left field. That is Duckley in left field, robbing Caterney of an extra base hit as Johnson flies out for the second out, and the Summer with an infield single. Falco will drop this one for base hit. 2 on, 2 out. Fry will ground out to the shortstop, though. They threatened but couldn't score. And we go to the bottom of the 6th, and let's see if the Volcanoes can do anything. Dion strikes out swinging. Strike out looking. Did he swing? I don't think he did. Okay. And Namite takes the walk. Zahn will get this one into the gap. Can they score? Can they score? No. Okay, second and third. 1 out for Wheelhammer. Infield in, and he'll strike out. So it's 2 out now for Duckley. And he'll launch this fairly deep, but that will be caught by the right fielder. So again, they threaten, nothing to show for it. After 5, it's still 2 all. Base hit back up the middle by Dan King Jr. to lead off the inning for George. They need to score. They want to stay alive, but unfortunately, McLaren will ground onto a double play. Drop ball will beat out the throw for infield hit. Care Bear coming up. Care Bear will hit it gets bobbled again by the shortstop, but it's not an error. But that doesn't matter as Caterney grounds out to the second baseman. So now we go to the bottom of the 6th. Let's see if the Super Volcano can take the lead or no. Matt Stroh coming in to pitch. And he will strike out Selenak for the first out. Mashington will ground out to the shortstop for the second out. So Windsor coming up. Windsor will get this one into the gap again. And that will be a double. I am pretty sure he needs a single for the cycle. Like, he already got the hard stuff. He got the home run. He got the triple. He got the double. If that last one was a triple. I wasn't sure if they scored at a triple or not, but either way. Johnson will lead off at the top of the 7th for Georges. And he'll ground out. Summer grounds out to the shortstop, second out. Falco will launch this deep, but I think this one stays in the park. Yes, it does. And that will be it. As we move to the bottom of the 7th, Dion, Namite, and Zahn. As Dion will ground out to the shortstop. And Namite will fly out to center for the second out. Zahn will strike out against Ariel Renato. So this is coming down to the wire. As Fry launches this. That's gone. 411 feet, giving George a 3-2 lead against Johnny Quest. Dan King Jr. coming in, strikes out swinging. First out. McLaren will get to a single into right field. One on, one out for drop ball, who will get a single back up the middle. Two on, one out. So let's see if they can get more. Care Bear with strikeout swinging against Quest. Caterney strikes out swinging against Quest. So threaten, can't get anyone in, but they do take the lead. That is important. As Charles the ball comes in to pitch, and he will get Wheelhammer to fly out to center for the first out. Duckley will ground out to second. Zelenak will get a base hit past the third baseman. So 1 on, 2 out for Mashington. Mashington will take the walk. 2 on, 2 out for top of the order for Windsor. Windsor will ground out to the to the first baseman. So they hold as we go to the top of the ninth. Let's see if the Georges can tag on an insurance run or not. Daniel Johnson strikes out swinging. Back to the top of the order for Dog Summer. As he grounds out and a nice diving play by the second baseman. And a base hit by Falco, opposite field single there, with little 2 out base hit there. Fry will get this one into the gap. Fry, and they will send Falco home, and that is an insurance run 4-2. George over the Volcanoes. Brandon Maurer coming in to pitch, and he will promptly give up a single to Dan King Jr. as Fry comes in to score 5-2 now. And McLaren strikes out swinging. So we're moving to the bottom of the ninth as LaRoche flies out for the first out against the ball. James Dion gets a single back up the middle. And Namite will strike out swinging. So last chance for as Zahn flies out to right field. So George staying alive. They won't get swept. As Dan King Jr. with 4 for 5 day. Falco, Fry, ball all with multiple hits there for Fresno, keeping them alive. On Yellowstone side, 3 hits for Windsor, a couple of hits for Zahn. Unfortunately, they not too much else to do. They did get hits. That they did. Over on the pitching side, Tippin started, didn't factor into the decision. Ronaldo gets the win. The ball gets a 2-inning save. Samayo gets the no decision. Quest takes the loss, giving up 3 in relief. And the player of the game is La Princess Fry. Yeah, you unfortunately you get that 1 for 16. Yeah, well, I wouldn't worry too much about that. But San Jose takes the 2-1 series lead here, taking it 4-2. So we'll get 2 more games the next day, and we'll try to hurry this along. This is gonna be bad. It's gonna be Beecham Reyes the second getting a couple of hits, and that's it for the Sharks. 5 hits on 2 runs on 5 hits. Teresi getting a couple of hits up top. Moreland and I'm just call him the catcher. Getting a couple of hits there with 3 RBIs. Sharks pitching. Sykes take the loss. Haverson with a couple of clean innings out of relief. Grisby did not factor into the decision. McKenzie gets the win. Marson gets the save. And player of the game is El Tao, whatever, the catcher. Alrighty. We move on next day. We're gonna have 2 games. We gotta hurry this up. Alright, in order to throw up another prediction, this will be George. Actually, you know what? No, we just saw that. So we're gonna start with this one first, and we're going to turn off BNN. So San Jose getting the 2-1 series lead, and we're gonna turn off. Trust me, I had a we I still remember one of the earlier showcases. We had a person who like he was like bad at like 140 or whatever it was entire way, and it was just absolutely terrible. But but it turned out that he was my it was a 6th or 7th overall pick in the draft, and turned out to just be huge for. I was the GM of the Hefcats at the time, and the player name was Sam Andrews, and he turned out huge for us as after that season that we drafted him. Had a pretty good season, and we end up winning the minors World Series that season. So I like I said, like this tournament means absolutely nothing in terms of stats. So yeah, but there's that underdog moment. Definitely the case. So all right, we're back to the top of the order. So we saw Manoright versus Hugh Man before, so this is a rematch, and we turned off this, and I think there was one more thing I wanted to do. Yeah, super fast. Let's cut that down. And where is it? Okay, don't know why you did that. All right. All right, let's just start it up. Oh, I'm going to get rid of that window as Beecham Reyes grounds out to lead off. We're going to turn that off. All right. And Brennan coming up against Hugh Man. He'll ground out. And that gets past the third baseman, and that turns into a double for Hookham. Trammell takes the walk against Hugh Man. OTV Wizard will get the base hit up the middle, and that will score Hookham as the Sharks take the 1-0 lead. And that drops in front of the center fielder, and that's a 2-0 lead now. Sims knocks in another one. He's batting .615. And bases now loaded as he walks miss, but he will strike out Huston to end the inning. Sharks trying to stay alive here. But Teresi has something to say about that is he leads off with a double. Foraker will ground out, but Jose will get a hit up the middle to drive in Teresi. And that is a base hit over his second baseman head for Moreland. 2 on, 1 out. Base hit up the middle by the catcher, and that will score Jose. And the Jose's ties the game up at 2, and they're not done. Bases loaded, 1 out still. McChicken just hit a single, and that is a what is that? Did he? Oh, he bobbled it. That is an error, and that is a McCoy gets this into and that is a 3-run double after the botch play a second. So 6-2 now and Shanahan grounds out for the second out. Teresi will ground out to third, but damage been done. They score 6. Oh boy. So let's see if the Sharks can recover or not. As Denstro flies out to deep center, and that is a base hit over the center fielder's head. That's a double for Beecham Reyes the second, and a little bloops will get caught by the second baseman. Second out. Hookem skies this one, and it'll be caught by the second baseman. And we will move on to the Jose's. Four-Acre Jose Moreland coming up. As Four-Acre flies out, first out. Jose will get, what a catch in center, taking away a base hit from Jose. Moreland strikes out. So we're in the Hugh Mann got pulled. I just realized that it was Duke Smith that was pitching. Trammell gets a base hit past the second baseman. OTP Wizard strikes out swinging. Oh, I'm sorry, Manoright. I'm sorry, that was Manoright that got pulled, not Hugh Mann. Sorry. Um, Sims. Okay, he dropped it. Okay, that makes sense. I'm okay. And Miss will hit a fly ball. Trammell will score on the sac fly, so 6-3 now. As Houston. Well, Hudson? I still don't know how you say that. Catcher grounds out, and that is a double by McChicken there for one out double, and a strikeout by Sanazo. Duke Smith, he'll give up a single to McCoy that would knock in McChicken, and it's 7-3. And a ground ball to third by Shanahan, and he'll be out. And we'll go back to the Sharks to see if they can claim some runs back. Denstro takes the walk against Hugh Mann to lead off the inning. Beecham Reyes coming up. And that is a ground ball, and he'll be out, a fielder's choice, as Brennan grounds out for the second out, but Beecham Reyes moves on to second. But it doesn't matter. Hookem grounds out to the second baseman, and that will be it. So it's 7-3. We're moving to the bottom of the fourth, as Teresi flies out to center for the first out. Four-Acre will ground out to second baseman for the second out. Jose coming up, and he will get an infield hit. He's batting .350 here. And Moreland grounds out to the second baseman, and after 4, it's 7-3. Jose still leads. With top of the 5th, Trammell hits this one deep to center, but it will be caught by the center fielder. OTP Wizard will fly out to right for the second out. Sims will strike out swinging. And we will move on to the bottom of the 6th. The catcher, McChicken, and Sanazo coming up. As the catcher strikes out, swinging for the first out. Duke Smith is still in there. I think he's at 4 innings. And that's a ground out by McChicken. And he's at 43 pitching. Why is he still in there? Okay, fine. They finally got him out as Aaron Moore comes in and he gives up a single to McCoy. Runners at the corner, and Shanahan will ground out to second baseman. Parco pitched last inning, so he'll strike out Shia Miss for the first out. Hudson walks 1-on-1 out, and a strikeout by Denstro for the second out. Back to the top of the order as Beecham Reyes second gets a base hit. Runners at the corner now. DJ Roach comes in to pitch against Brennan, and he gets him to fly out to right. And we will go on to the bottom of the 6th. Top of the order for the Jose's as Teresi flies out. Four-Acre flies out to the left. Jose will strike out looking. And we go to the top of the seventh. Sharks got to get something going. Middle of the lineup here. Hookem will strike out looking against Jackson Bentley. Tremel will take a walk, 1-on-1 out for OTP Wizard. And, a line out to first. And a infield hit by Sims. So Miss coming up, and Miss gets this one into the gap. That will score at least one. And they will score one, and it's second and third now for Huston. And he will get this one. This will drop at the line, and that will score two. So 7-6. The Sharks are not going away yet. Denstro coming up as Town comes in to pitch, and he will strike out Denstro. So now the game is close. We go to the bottom of the seventh. Let's see if San Jose can get some insurance run. Moreland grounds out to second for the first out. The catcher will strike out swinging against Ira Moore. And a little grounder back to shortstop for the third out by McChicken. And we'll go to the top of the eighth. The Sharks getting the top of the order going here with Beecham Reyes the second. And he'll ground out to the shortstop for the first out. Brennan will take the walk against Town. Hookem coming up. Hookem will get a base hit. And that will be first and third with one out for Tremel. Tremel will... they played the infield in and they kept the runner at third. But, it doesn't matter. OTP Wizard. Oh my goodness. That's a 3-run shot to give the Sharks a 9-7 lead. OTP Wizard. Sims will fly out to left. And for the second out. Oh no, he didn't catch it. No, he did not catch it. That's an error, but it doesn't matter. Miss grounds out, but the Sharks score 6 in the last 2 innings, and they take a 9-7 lead. Sanazo strikes out against Charlotte Winters, just coming into pitch. McCoy will strike out for the second out. Shanahan will strike out swinging, so Charlotte's doing their job. 1-2-3 inning. We go to the top of the ninth. Let's see if the Sharks can tag on any insurance run. As Huston takes a leadoff walk against Town, and Town somehow still in there. As Denstro gets a single and a little fly ball to the first baseman for the first out. Brennan grounds out to the first baseman for fielder's choice. Runners at the corner as Hookem gets this one into the gap. Town is somehow still in there. Why? I don't know. Now they put him out. Okay. Marston comes in and he will get a fly ball to right field, and but they tag on another one. It's 10-7. Top of the order for the Jose's as Teresi grounds out against Maxwell Reed. The time of the draft is I want to say 3. I don't know if it was announced though. Give me a second. Let me take a quick peek. Is that 3 or 6? I don't actually remember. Let me take a look. And tomorrow, the 3:30 Eastern. Sorry, I'm just checking some pings. Okay. All right. Ooh, what a game that was. Good job by the Sharks coming back on the road of all things. OTV Wizard, the hero here, getting the 3-run go-ahead home run. A couple of hits for Sims, 3 hits for Hookem, and RBIs all over the place. The offense did show up for San Jose, so 3 hits for Jose, a couple of hits for McChicken, 3 for 4 RBIs for McCoy on that bottom of the lineup there. And over the pitching side, Manowright was not good. Let's just say that. 4 does get the Winters and Reed coming in to get the hold and a save, so they held out the last 3 innings. The pen gave up pretty much nothing there. On San Jose side, unfortunately, Town came in and blew the and Bentley gave up 3. So and then Town came and gave up 4, and that's pretty much it. Player of the game is OTP Wizard. All right, I'm gonna save this, and if Donnie, if you want to put up the prediction for the George and Super Volcano, and the series is tied at 2 here. Oh, we're gonna go 5 on all of them. Oh, it's just my luck. And so we're gonna wait like a few seconds. Oh boy, I guess it's better than sweeps all over. That's not fun at all. You think that after like 10 seasons plus of doing this, I'll figure out the format better, but I've been tweaking the format here and there, and I just like there's really no good way. I don't want it to be like too short because I had like a best of 3 one season, and that was just terrible because I don't want people to like not see their team. All right, let's kick this off. I probably have to step away for a few minutes, so I'm gonna kick off the game, and I will do that, and I will be back. Hello. Yeah, sorry. Had to step away there for a minute. Okay. I see I missed 7 runs. Oh, that's fun. So Furious George. Oh, man. Um, anyways, how are you guys in the chat feeling about the draft tomorrow? Did you guys? How was your scouting experience? I think that's the kind of the funnest part of it all, as James Dion knocks in a run, getting the Volcanoes their first run of this game. Scouting experience that good, eh? uh, as Fry flies out to the shortstop for the second out, and Dan King Jr. will fly out to center field. Yeah, scout. Yeah, like they're minor scouting gets hard just because knowing from experience, just there's a lot within basically a span of a week that everybody has to do, and and that drops in for a single by Windsor, playing really well. A diving catch by the ball in the center field, taking away a base hit from LaRoche. Yeah, yeah, it's them. It's tough because like trying to get to know the new people within a span of like this fast, and you don't really have anything else to go on other than your conversation, and so and then you draft hoping it will hit, and but yeah, it is quite different. Like like when I joined the league, it was uh, my experience is slightly different because the way you guys know how the draft works, or how your experience is different, because we changed up how the draft works back in like season 19 or 20 or whatever it is. It used to be where the uh, majors and well, Johnny, I think for you, because you're a recreate, I always found recreates harder to scout because you have a track record here already. So it's not like you're gonna. It's not like there's something like you're not an unknown. So yeah, yeah, yeah. It's 21. That was when it was changed. It was that weird class because there's no like actual 21s or whatever it was. And but anyway, so when I joined, it was back then. It was that minors and majors get when you join, you get drafted by both at the same time, and yeah. So so oh yeah, you're in the Mounties who used to be who's now the Flamingos. So that's what they were called back in the day. And whoa, 13-1 as the ball smacks that one out of here for, is that a grand slam? I think it was a grand slam. Um, yeah, so for me, it was I joined as a waiver, so I really only got, and my scouting experience is weird because I keep saying that I don't really recall. I only recall being scouted by like 2 teams, and one of them I had a really long conversation with, which was the team that drafted me, was the Voyagers, um, and so so like yeah, um, so like so I definitely appreciate it. It was really new to me at the time, and since then, I mean, I've been in the war room. I've been a minors GM and now a majors GM, and so scouting is to me like really important. Now, can you do it for every single person and do it well for every single person? I mean, not going to be the case. I mean, there's especially like this past class where, like Johnny just said, like you have a tiny class compared to last. Yeah, that last class was ridiculously huge, um, and so it's hard to get to everybody in time. But yeah, scouting, I think the challenge is to try to find people that'll fit your locker room, and it's like again, it's based on a conversation that you have on chat for a short period of time because like as fun as it is to talk to everybody, you only have so many hours in a day, and you still have to go and talk to the other people. And but I think I mean you get to experience it again uh, in really a month from now when the majors team start to scout for the majors draft. By that time, it's probably different. I mean, the question still would I would assume relatively the same, but they have we'll have a little more data going on and probably perhaps steering the conversation in a different way. But but I personally love the whole draft process, and I think it's we have uh, done a lot, especially that the stream graphics team. I don't know how many of you guys watched the majors draft last night, but it's basically the uh, same for what you guys will see tomorrow for your minors draft, and it's a fun presentation, and they put a ton of work in there. I mean, they're working right now trying to get all the renders in and so forth, and uh, the class is about 30-40 so far. Um, uh, Actually, it might be more than no. It's close to 50. It's close to 50. I had to list. It was in the mid 40s, so it's actually pretty decent size for what it is right now. And you gotta keep in mind is that we still recruit over a season, and yeah, true. It's I think minors it's more. I, it's geared towards the short run and how you fit into the locker room more so because I mean you're still especially if you're new you're like no one expects you to kind of figure stuff out. You're still learning about the league and stuff. Like in by the time the majors hit, it's like, well, you've been updating, you've been doing the tasks, so you should have more idea of what's going on. And oh, as the George just absolutely destroys the Yellowstone, they did score 4 at the bottom, so at bottom of that ninth, make it look well, it's not decent, but drop ball 4 for 5, 6 RBIs. That's insane. Everybody had multiple hits except for Katerney. Poor Katerney. He was left out of the party. Uh, Over on Yellowstone side, 3 hits for Namite. That's pretty much it for them. Pitching wise, Rogalski getting his second win. Pitching, well, he walked 5, so really result was good. How he got there probably wasn't. Um, but McThumper getting a couple of innings. No, no runs given up. Unfortunately, Psyducks takes the loss and have an ERA of 13. Ouch, poor guy. Okay, and drop ball player of the game, rightfully so. 6 RBIs there. So okay, so we will have both series tied at 2, and this is what I fear. This is all gonna go into like 7 games and 5 games to the max. So we're gonna kick off the next game if someone wants to do the prediction coming up. What do we? Oh, we watch. Okay, so we're gonna do Sharks and Jose's first. A Starscream, who Starscream, whose user is Diesel, who is the GM of the Maui Makos, and Luis Rando, who is a recent recreate. And oh, well, we have the prediction up again. Hey, no problem, Donnie. Don't worry about it. You need to go. So, but thank you for being here. For short notice. So appreciate it. So I'm gonna kick this guy off. Uh, let's see. Yes, the graphic team is the hardest workers. I'll tell you this is that we hired a few more because I know how stressful this time is, especially with the huge class that we just had. And you gotta think of it this way: is they did all those renders. We had I don't even know how many draft picks we actually had, but they did all of them. I gave them an out, uh, the the majors draft ran long, partially because we didn't pick fast. And the class was huge, and they were working up to the last minute. And is the stream dying? Hang on a second. No, I'm still in green bar. I'm good. So I. Oh, okay. All right. Well, the stream was been up. I actually have it streaming. So okay. All right. It's just Spark then. Okay. Um, what was I gonna say? Yeah. So graphics team. Yeah. And they're doing it again for the minors, which actually has a shorter turnaround time. The majors they get to start earlier. Minors, uh, really a couple of days, and I hats off to them. For the most part, I'm just there witnessing. I mean, I haven't really had to do anything with the draft to help them out in a couple of seasons, but the group is just absolutely solid, and you could see like not only are they hardworking, but the quality of work that comes into the jersey swaps, um, and just what they have done, and the creativity behind it. It's absolutely insane. Um, so yeah, I can't I like I'm at all for those for all of them. Yeah, jersey swaps are hard. Like it's not like a 5 second thing. This actually takes time. So even if you've been doing it a lot, it still takes time. And yeah, I'm excited to see what they will have for tomorrow. Uh, because like some of it just gets really creative. Even if like even if it's like minimal work, some of them are just again really just creative in terms of what they think about for people's names and so forth. And so yeah. Um, so yeah. I'm trying to remember back to like my rookie season. Like I said, I came in as a waiver, so I didn't have the original minors. Yeah, the printer one was good. Fader Page, yeah, that was a good one. Um, uh, so I came in as a waiver for everybody who. So everybody who's new who don't know the full process is that we obviously have the new class starts up right after the season's trade deadline, and that's when the new class starts for you guys. Is season 35. You call it season 35 based on it's called the regression class. It's not. It just so happens it lines up now when you technically get drafted. So you get drafted in season 35. So you're the season 35 class. So everybody there's a cutoff time. So between the trade deadline to pretty much right when I think it was Wednesday. I think the Wednesday of this week where the cutoff is. If you create it before then, you'll be in the draft. But if you create it after, you will go on the waivers, which I don't know how many people are on the waivers this season. I don't. I am not sure. Um, but you go on the waivers, and the waivers basically works that is the reverse order of the standings from last season. So if you're the worst, you have the worst record, you have the first pick of the waivers. And and once if you use your waiver, you move to the bottom of the order, and then you wait until each team use their waiver to kind of move back up. So people who get created throughout the season goes on the waiver, and that's how the majors draft class grows. So right now you have 47. Usually what happens is that the class will probably be around 70 people. That's my guess. Yeah, so well, there's that. So Johnny brought up the other part is that this is the last season we did this. They changed the rules. When you create at the trade deadline, you actually have an option to go on waivers right there, or be part of the minors draft. Um, Unfortunately, throughout the years, it's been kind of debated really hard about that trade deadline waiver thing. It got really confusing for some people, and um, there have been other things that has happened, and I think they officially stopped it. So everybody this coming season, or the next trade deadline, when everybody creates, everybody's going to the draft. So everybody's getting drafted. So that's why there are 7 people that is already on teams. So the Jose's taking, well, those 2 runs is monumental, being a, a pitcher's duel. Oh no, Teresi. Oh, so much for a pitching duel. Jimmy Johnson, you absolutely jinxed it. I forgot a game was going on. Yeah, I keep one eye out. So you absolutely jinxed it, Jimmy Johnson. Yeah, so now everybody's going to the draft. So which is probably, it's a good and bad thing, because we had the waivers all throughout these seasons, because there's some people there's no way around it. Like when you create, we're still in the last week of the regular season. You still have a week of the playoffs. So you're like a good 2.5 weeks before you actually get drafted, and there's really nothing we can do in terms of, like, there's no, I mean, sure, there's some stuff we can do, but like, you won't see yourself in a game, and you're new, and it's hard to, keep interested, in a new league, if so yeah, in terms of entertainment, yeah, because it's hard, like you basically, sitting there for a few weeks. You're not part of a team or anything. So we had the waivers all throughout, so all those people, could choose to join a team and so forth. But I don't know if that's really completely necessary. I think you could definitely, that's why these rookie servers are there, and so forth. But you happen to join the PB right after the cutoff. Oh yeah, so it's probably a good thing, because that's a weird period of time. Like in that, so what happens? Regular season, they're 4 weeks. So right now we're in the off season week. Next week is spring training. The week after is week 1, and there's 4 regular season weeks, and the trade deadline happens after the third week is done. So if you join like right in that third week, it's kind of weird, because you're behind everybody, and it's probably better off for you to go to the next class. But then you go to the next class, like you're limited from what you can do, just because we wanted to keep the TPE discrepancy or differentials between people who create at that trade deadline and right before the draft to somewhat close to each other. Um, so, uh, but yeah, I mean, I think, but in theory, if you join right at the trade deadline, you have the opportunity to max earn, which meaning just you have every chance to do every single thing that was offered to your class. Versus if you join 3 weeks later, there, if you join after the draft, there is a late joiner uh, makeup, but it's never close to what you could have gotten if you join earlier. In the long run, it doesn't matter, because you're looking at like 30, 40 TPE difference in a span of like a career, and that doesn't really mean anything. Are you making a comeback? 8-1, bases loaded. No, well, you got one in. So, um, Oh, six now. Yeah. Nope. So much for that. Oh, so the Sharks unfortunately lose in the game five. They had a terrible seventh inning. Uh, Batting wise for the Jose's, Teresi just red hot up top. 2 for 5 with 3 RBIs. A couple of hits by the catcher. Keep calling him the catcher. Shanahan with a couple of hits. Been struggling, so it's nice to see that he gets a couple of hits. Over on the Shark side, Beecham Reyes, Brennan getting a couple of hits up top. Only scoring 2 runs. Sims did ended up having himself a heck of a series there, or uh, batting 571, 2 home runs and 8 RBIs, but unfortunately not enough. Uh, on Jose, on the pitching side, it was a pitcher duel for the starters. Randall going 6 innings, giving up nothing, getting the win. Starscream getting the loss, but only giving up a run on 6 innings. Havisham gave up 5 unearned runs. That is just terrible. um, yeah, fielding is not very good with some of these 100 TPE guys. Um, yeah. Um, yeah, unfortunately not. Havisham did not have a good good tournament here, which is okay. It happens. It's just a small sample, so like one bad outing like pretty much inflates your ERA. That's kind of awful. The player of the game is Luis Randall Jr. So congratulations to them, and congratulations to the Jose's moving on to the last round. We are going to. Um, oh, if there is a prediction, it will go up. If not, oh well, not a big deal. But we are going to kick off this game against the Volcanoes and the George, and then hopefully we'll hopefully continue on. Wasn't so. What are channel points? That is a good question. Channel points are used to, um, well, for you to kind of bet, and you could redeem them for PPE League money. Um, there is a link explaining all of that. I just don't know where it is. If someone have it, uh, they can link it. But Jar Jar will find that for you later. But there is a form that you fill out to link your Twitch to your forum account, so they know to when you claim when you when you claim the when you redeem the channel points, it will be yeah, Twitch forum. There you go. Thanks, Jimbo. Uh, so yeah, I don't know if I explained that very well. Sorry, I got a ping, and let's see. Da, 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 da. All right. Well, I guess this is might as well question and answer time. Um, if anybody has any questions about the league itself, and you know want advice or anything else, you know definitely ask. Um, I think you guys I've I can't comment on the on the rookie server because I only have one channel to speak in because we're GMs, and apparently we're locked in that one channel. And I feel like I think I said this earlier today to someone else. It's like that, like the fact that I can't talk in general to like answer questions make me feel like I'm just watching you guys from like a from like a behind a glass, like you guys are like zoo animals, and I'm just like watching you guys. So yeah. I actually don't recall the uh, believe it or not, I am not as involved as a minors draft. Um, just because I get so busy now, I can't really help out as much. So I actually don't remember where people were drafted or if at all and so forth. So I am going to go for Jimmy Johnson. Are the ratings 1 through 100 or 20 to 80? So the overall rating of people are 20 to 80. That actually can't be changed in the overall rating. Um, but the individual ratings is actually 1 to 100. But keep this in mind is that so the way the forum works. So like when you posted your player, and let's say you're a hitter and you set your BABIP to be 50, it rarely matches what you see in the game because what will happen is that there's a player editor in the OTP back end. I mean, if you are ever a commissioner or even in your offline saves, if you're commissioner mode, you could go in there and edit things, and that's where we edit the player attributes. It's actually in there. It's whatever number you have times two. But when OTP spits it back out in the page, like in the player profile page, it very rarely would match up with the forum number. So if you ever see that the index or in the game you see it off, don't worry too much about it. As long as the number is in the editor is correct, that's what you want to check, and we can check that for you as a sim team. Uh, so the ratings for each individual attribute is 1 to 100. For those GM out there watching, I hear Heavism has been training hard. I I hope you have. Yeah. So good job grabbing the TP Hebrew Hammer. So good job. um, Johnny, I don't know if you got. I don't even know where you got taken. So don't I. Good luck tomorrow. BTS, why didn't you draft me? Because I need you as my updater. But it's since I am not the Hepcast GM anymore, I can always draft you now, and it won't. So strange comparison, yes. You have no idea how weird my mind works. It just kind of like I feel like I was just watching. Like I was like people ask a question and I like to answer. That was like I like to help and like I have like I can't respond to it. I'm like okay. So so who went number one? You guys will have to find out tomorrow. So just keep in mind, like this is actually like really frowned upon to like leak drafts, and like there's like fines and penalties. So like, um, and I legitimately don't know who went first. I don't remember. So I probably saw it and forgot it. So where is the channel for who went? So like yeah, for leaking drafts or uh tampering and stuff like there's been yeah it was pretty hefty. Like there's some penalties before because like there were people were on a VC talking about the draft and someone hopped in and so happened they were in the draft and 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 they accidentally found out like something and so technically the draft was leaked and the person was fined like I forgot how I thought the number was like 12 mil from the bank or something like that. So don't quote me on that. It's been a while. So, but yeah, I think like we do take that part kind of seriously, like because where you get drafted and having that draft day experience is very important for people. So like it really suck if people, whether on purpose or not, leaked it. So that's why there's that. Like it's not like like it, it's just people have to be careful. That's all. A draft stream would be like so we have a presentation and you actually if you go on uh, you could actually check out the last night's majors draft. It actually will be the same manner from yesterday. Um, so you have a draft board and they will go through each pick, each team, all the trades if there are trades, and if GMs sent any blurbs about the players in, or perhaps they're even on the stream itself, uh, talking about the players, talking about what the team needs and so forth. But yeah, we have the VOD from yesterday with the majors draft. Or if you scroll back a little bit, we have last season's. Actually, I don't know if it's still on. They only keep it 14 days, but I think it's on our YouTube channel. The the previous minors draft and so forth. But they both presented it the same way. There's no difference. It's just just one is minors draft and one is majors. That's all. The Volcanoes holding on top of the ninth, and we go to the bottom of the ninth now. 2-1. This is a tight game. Care Bear flies out to right, so they're down to 2 outs. Caterney strikes out. Uh-oh. Daniel Johnson's their last hope. Brandon Mara. And that would drop in for a base hit. Back to the top of the lineup. Ooh, base hit up the middle. Oh no, what the heck? Oh my goodness. That's the cardinal sin. You don't. The third out at third. You never do that. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's a terrible way of losing. By the way, I have lost a playoff game in that way before. That is how I lost the season 24 minor league World Series. And that haunts me a little bit still. That haunts me a little bit. That's how I lost the season 24 World minor league World Series. Because the game is decided that let's take third for no apparent reason. Oh man. Oh, Johnny, the DVS dropping strike three. Like, the sad part about that because it's Elliot Alderson, and that's how, and the exact same thing happened to him a few seasons back when he was on the Hepcats. He did that in the season 20. Um, it was not in the World Series, but it was like in the semis against the Dillos, and the Hepcats were up like 5 runs in like the seventh, and he threw the ball away on one of them, and there was a drop like pass ball, a drop strike three, and that's how the Dillos came back and won. And yeah, that one haunts me too. And the fact that it happened to Alderson twice in the playoffs, like once on the Hepcats, once on DVS, that's just oh. So yeah, OOTB does love drama, so I cannot argue against that. But which is good for us. I mean, like as viewers, maybe not when you're actually on the team, but if you're not on the team, then Anyways, um, so the Volcanoes will move on. Uh, on the hitting side, not too much going on. There's only 2 runs. So Windsor did get a couple of hits up top, so having himself a great tournament so far. Doug Summer led the way for Fresno with 3 hits, but there's really not much going on. This was really a pitcher's duel. Cap Space gets the win. Hove of Bremen, Mosley, and Mora getting the save. Zach Taylor taking the loss. That's a tough loss there. Player of the game is Zach Taylor, even though he lost. So, uh, oops, sorry. Let me answer some of these pings. Did I miss anything important? Nope. 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 And nope. Okay, good job. Okay. Cap Space is a legendary name. It is. It is. So the user behind CapSpace is Mitch Mack, who is the GM of the Louisville Lemurs. So, uh, and great guy all around. Great, like if you end up on the Lemurs, if you're a pitcher landing up on the Lemurs, there's a great guy to kind of kind of help your build. So all right, we're gonna quick sim until we get to a elimination game here, and we need more of it. We need more. Oh, cap space or drama or both. Okay, so now it's Volcano and Jose's, and the Volcanoes taking a 7-1 series opener win. Windsor continues to tear it up, 3 for 5 up top. Namite getting three RBIs there. A couple of hits for Zahn. And Teresi got a couple of hits for Raker, a couple of hits over on San Jose's side, but they didn't score any runs and not wasn't really helped out by the rest of the team. Uh, Pitching wise, Kozak getting the win, Mosley getting the save, Slams getting the loss on San Jose's side. Player of the game is Aaron Kozak. All right. All right. Volcano. Okay, game two. Let's see. And the Volcanoes win again. They score early and hold on. A little rally there by Bel Jose's at the end, but they take a 2-0 series lead. Uh, Windsor's still hitting, even though he had a quote unquote bad game, but he did walk a couple of times, got on base 3 times there. LaRoche with a couple of hits there, and it looks like all 3 RBIs for Selenik, the catcher there. Uh, but a lot of RBIs in that bottom of that order. From San Jose's side, they did score, so it's not like the offense was dead on anything. And 3 RBIs from McCoy. And moving to the pitchers, I guess the pen kind of both pen. Oh no, Grisby was bad. That's just 8 walks. Oh goodness. Oh you're. Oh that's awful. They use up a lot of the pen. And uh, another Windsor. Yeah, there's been a few. Actually, we only had like a couple of Windsors in this league, and both of them were really good. So like JJ had a very good career. One of the like Nolan Windsor was yes, like John Nolan Windsor was incredible. Like both as a starter and even the last couple of seasons as a reliever. Um, and yeah, um, what was Kitakaze's recreate name? I don't remember right now. But yeah, he recreated here and but yeah, the Windsor like yeah, both Windsors have been very good and had a really long. Oh, that was him. That was. Oh yeah, that was him. Oh yeah, Namite is him. Yeah. Okay. Da 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 da. Okay. So now we move on. We're going to go to game three. So I'm gonna save this. So the Jose's in a little bit of trouble here. And let's see if they can pull off a win on the road. And they can with a 2-1 win. So there'll be no reverse sweep. That's good. um, and in game three here, the Jose's eked out a win on the road. A couple of hits for Teresi and a couple of hits for Shanahan, and that is it. They only had 1 RBI, so the other one is an unearned run. Windsor finally goes over, but a couple of hits for LaRose, and that's it. Okay, so on the pitching side, Hugh Mann came up big here, getting the win, 6 2/3, 1 run given up. Marston with the 2 in the 3rd inning save. Side Ducks takes the tough loss there, giving up only 1 earned run over 5 innings. And player of the game is Hugh Mann. Stamina check. For anyone who kind of there's kind of a meme that we do during playoff tournament time. I don't know why the Voyagers are the one that got picked on, because everybody does it. Um, but in between games we could like make changes, and it's kind of important for the GMs to kind of know an idea of like where the bullpen stamina is over. So we always kind of ask stamina check, and for whatever reason is New York that's always get picked on, saying that you need to check New York's stamina, even though everybody else does it. And honestly, I didn't check stamina that much this past playoffs. I just went with gut from there for a lot of it. So not like it mattered. So actually the last two playoffs. So I didn't do that well. So I'm back to just taking my time and checking all the stamina for, even though I know exactly where they are. All right, we move on to game 4. Yellowstone leads the series 2-1. Let's see if the Jose's can tie it. And they can't, and they lose. Oh my goodness. In 13 innings, a walk-off. Windsor with a walk-off single against Marston in the. Oh, I do need to hydrate. Yes, I do need to take a sip of water before the next game starts. Um, Windsor getting, what a goat, getting the walk-off against Marston, who is John Marston, who is the Dirk Diglett, the co-GM of the no, co-GM of the Sarasota Supernova now. So good for Windsor. And so 3 hits for Sanazo, a couple hits for Torrisi on San Jose side, but they can't score runs here. They're struggling so much. On Yellowstone side, really just Windsor carrying them. That's pretty much it. And Rando versus Cap Space, both pitchers gave up nothing, and the pen was really, the pen was really good. Both sides. Quest coming in, Mara, literally 1984. Great job by the pen on Yellowstone side, just giving up nothing throughout that 5 innings, no more than that, like 6 innings of work. So that came in bottom of the 13th. That's insane. Uh, Cap Space is the player of the game. Sure. I guess he didn't walk anyone. I guess that's why they gave them. No. So we have an elimination game, as Yellowstone will try to wrap this up, and we will, if I don't know if there's anybody who's going to do a prediction. If not, I'll give it like 30 seconds because I need to go take a sip of water, and then off we go. It's not too bad. We're still at the 2 hour mark. I was worried we were going to go like 5 hours. Oh, good. All right. No, Fishy. Don't worry about it. I don't want you to go nuts to try to get something in. So okay, all right. Thank you, Fishy. So I I would take a walk off. No, that'll be fun to watch. Well, let me go back up the chat a little bit. Windsor goaded. Yeah, yeah. Windsor is goaded. Sharks were snubbed in this league. um, yeah, the Supernova is gonna get rebranded sometime. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. I gave them names, but I don't know if they're gonna take it. Oh, there is total hits. Oh, something different. Good stuff. Total hits over under 17.5. Oh, we. All right. All right, folks. Get your predictions in, and I'm gonna start this off in about 5. Okay, maybe a little longer than that. Yeah, we might as well kick it off. Okay. Good. Yes, integrity, fishy. So, fishy. How are you feeling getting drafted last night? I mean, fishy went. I think was eighth overall to the Demons. Is that what it was? Eighth. Yeah, it really does. So yeah, so how the draft works is that it works offline. We have tried years, not years. Well, actually, it's been years, long time ago, to do a live draft, but it's very hard when all your GMs are in like different time zones, like all over the world. So the minors draft started for you guys. Relevancy is minors draft started back on Monday or Tuesday. Actually, it might have been earlier than that. Actually, I think it was Tuesday. Uh, it's actually pretty well run the way they do the minors draft. But it still takes a few days to do. Um, so so yeah, that's how all those renders get and the presentation gets put together. Yes, it would take 1 to 2 hours or someone walk up the driveway. Yes, that's what it was. Um, yeah, I mean, you get to stay with Danny B there, and that's awesome. I am happy for you. So Detroit is a fun place. It definitely is. So uh, and Taco Shop and Danny B are great. And so yeah, so offline draft we kind of have to. I don't think that there's no way I can do a live draft. Like I don't have enough. Like I struggle just to get this going, just because I don't have like consecutive times to do things like this, like with kids and work and everything. Just it's impossible. Like even doing the offline draft, it's hard because like you still have to like be working with your war room and people to figure out like what the heck is going on, or like what should you do. So and trying to figure out, you want to trade in, trade out, trade up, trade down, whatever it is. And so I there's no way I could do a live draft. I know in some other leagues they do, and props to them. I don't know how they get done. And like I said before, we have GMs in like literally around the world. So good luck trying to find a time where people are all free. Uh, I'm so happy when enjoying a great. I mean, this is kind of the same experience as that. Like the community is what made me stay. I mean, like I joined the league because I love the idea of building your own player in OOTP. I never, like I really wish I found out about this sooner. But um, but what ultimately kept me around was really the people in my locker room and the people that I met along the way. So yeah, Jimmy's gonna jinx this. um, well, that BTS that 8 a.m. to 12 noon is probably one pick already now. So I was surprised that we yeah, Josu is in Austria. Like I guess for the most part, the majors GMs are all relatively in North America, like most of them. But like like we've had, you know, we definitely have like people all around the world. But yeah, the community is what kind of what really kept me around and really like they dropped it again. What the heck? You people need to put errors like up a little. but So the community has been great in that sense. I'm not saying it's perfect, but like it's been wildly fun. All the people I met along the way. So well, yeah, Jab's on vacation. I don't know where he is, but I heard he was in. I thought it was. I thought he said it was in Boston at one point, but yeah, but he was on vacation, so I don't know how people can, so especially like now, like in the summertime, like there's no way that like you could get all the GMs together, you know. So I think yeah. No, the offline I don't know how. Yeah, no way the offline would work. San Jose taking a 2-0 lead in the top of the seventh, and hits wise, I think it's gonna come under. um, I mean, part of it, like, I'm not gonna lie, it would be interesting to see a live draft, but I don't know, just logistically, I don't know how. I think you're overestimating how much money we actually have in a league fund. I think we have enough to fly Juosu here, and that's it. So, but yeah, GMing is start selling hats. Yes, that's true. Yes, if they sell hats, we'll. Um, yeah. GMing is cool. Like I've loved it, but I would tell you, like it can get really stressful, and it takes a lot of time if you actually like because it's not just for your team, but for the sake of the league, like how much time GMing is because you, you helping people and keeping them active and so forth helps the whole league in general, and so like um, GMing is no joke, and I think like I think a lot of people definitely want to do it, and I think people should be given the chance to, of course. Um, but I do feel like there are a lot of people who underestimate it. So start the minors, but I don't want to. Oh, okay. So I guess San Jose is putting an uh, exclamation mark up on this, scoring four in the top of the ninth. There are a lot of ways you could contribute. You don't have to GM. You don't like GMing. Like it may not be worth it in the end, but yeah, like the league jobs, there are a lot of them. There are a lot of ways to earn in this league, and I'm not gonna lie, and like the money, however, league money is important, for your development as the player. Um, like that's just what it is. At one point you need the league money to kind of keep up and to get the equipment to keep up with the TPE. So if you don't do so, well, I mean, the name of the game is TPE because that's like TPE ultimately gives your player a chance to be good, and if you fall behind everybody else, well, like then you're limiting your chance to be good. I'm not saying everyone has to max earn or anything, but that's kind of it's one of those you put in the work for your player, you you will see them be better. Like it's not always the case in real life. A you could put in a like in real life baseball, you could put in like a billion hours of work, but you know like for a minor leaguer, they could be stuck in a minor league forever, and it got nothing to do with their work ethic. Here, like you put in the work, you gain the TPE, you will make it out of the minors, you will make it in the majors, and give yourself a chance to be successful on a team. So, but but yeah, I mean there are a lot of jobs around, and a lot of them may not take you know a lot of them really don't take that much time, um, and you have to keep around and ask what they are and what they do. So um, and some of them are very manageable, like most of them are. There are some that are more demanding, that's for sure. So I'm not gonna sit here and say that all jobs are easy. No, um, there are some, and I do some of them that just very time consuming. So uh, anyways, so on Jose's side, they came out hitting. I feel like they haven't really been hitting throughout, but Sanazo leading the way 4 for 4, 5 RBIs, and that was enough by himself to beat Yellowstone as they got shut out. A couple of hits by LaRoche and a couple of hits by Duckley, and that is it. I'm pretty sure when Windsor don't get a hit, Yellowstone loses. That's pretty much been the trend. Uh, Gerald slams Gerald slams 7 innings, shutout ball, uh, and Kozak taking the loss there. Player of the game is Sanazo. I think the other part about the league job, yeah, like what Fishy said, is it helps you get to know the league more, and it helps because when you first come into the league, like it's a brand new league, you don't know people in here, you don't like I could give you a name, I could give you a name Tom Shu, it means absolutely nothing to you. And give you a name Julian O'Sullivan, it means absolutely nothing to you. It means absolutely nothing. But the more you invest in the league and dive into it and with league jobs or other involvement with your team, it doesn't even have to be a league job. Like, um, the more you do, uh, even writing media and so forth, like helps you get to know the league more, and that's really when it kicks in. Like once you know it a lot more, then it makes sense, like how your players fit in the grand scheme of things. So yeah, I like what Lumo was saying there. Like War Room, what a War Room is a smaller group of players within a team that the GM that helps the GM do various things, even if it's maybe not administrative stuff but just to help plan out the team's future and kind of bounce ideas off of. Each War Room functions a little bit differently, but that's the general idea of it. So. All right, so I think we're off to game 6. Fishy, you want to put in a prediction for this? Now is the time, and so yeah, modding is a fairly manageable job as far as I know. There's a sign up for it. I don't know if we need more people right now, but I'm sure Jimbo will post if we do. I think we just hired a few new ones, so but keep an eye out on the job ad portion if you want. But again, there's a lot of different ways to earn money in a league, and you don't have to have a league job. You could do written media, you could podcast, you could do graphics, whatever your talents may be. Put it to work, and so yeah, the Hall of Fame equipment is 18 mil for 45 TPE. So that's ultimately what puts one over another. So yeah, Twitter too. So Twitter is easy money. So at least like a little bit here adds up. Like Twitter plus if you do your JPT and Twitter every week, well, tweeting every day, and the JPT every week, that pays for your weekly training as it is. So like when you get on a team as a GM, like what you can do, and the most important part is finding the routine for it. Like if you don't find a routine for it, it gets difficult because you're all over the place and you may miss things. There are a lot of different ways to keep track of it these days, and so so there are a bunch of different jobs. Keep an eye out for that, and there is a job holder section. You could at least look through that, and you could see like all the different jobs around. You could just ask what they are, and maybe you'll find your way into something that you already do well and it'll fit you perfectly. It is a MLB rookie season. We just had the rookie training each week. So you have the 500K gym session, um, and uh, I don't know what you mean by worry about, but I guess the better way is that in terms of what you can buy in your rookie season, you have the 500K gym session. You could buy the rookie tier equipment of once a season, so 15 TPE. But you could do all the PTs that are that from now on. You're just limited in what you can purchase in terms of training and equipment. After after this season, season 34, when right after the World, oh, not right after, but the Monday after the World Series, we moved on to season 35, and that's when you can buy higher tier equipment if you can afford it. So, and rookie tasks, yes, get your rookie tasks done. You have your entire career to do so, but um, get them done because that's if you do them all, that's 9 million right there. So, alrighty. So this is elimination game for San Jose again. They go back home down 3-2, and we're just gonna kick this off. While we chat more about the. Yeah, make good use of your GMs. Like make them work. Like ask them questions and make them find out answers for you. That's what they're there for. So so don't ever hesitate. Don't ever think that you're wasting their time or like and so forth. They signed up for this. Remember, no one forced them to be GMs. So if you don't so make sure that you use them and harass them. That's what the minors GMs are for. They're supposed to help you. They're supposed to help you develop. And so okay? And that's what they do. That's what they're supposed to do. So make the GMs to be GMs. Make the GMs do their work. They're part of their work, and it's very important for minors GM to communicate with their players and help you guys to figure out how to be successful. Not just the player that you're building, because you could build the player well and whatnot, and the sim RNG and all that, but but all that doesn't matter if you don't know how to navigate getting TPEs and figuring out how to earn as well as you possibly can. So so yeah, like yeah, I mean a good GM should be, should really be able to communicate to you guys well and often and know what's going on and help you guys to the best of their ability. So and well, fishing actually makes a good point. There are like what you want to do with your player and how you think you could go about it doesn't always work in the sim. Like you want, let's say you want to be a high on base percentage guy, and and so then people logically think they're going to dump everything into I, but that's actually not a good idea. So if you have built like like the GMs should, maybe not the newer GMs, but there are a lot of people who could help, you know like help you guys in terms of where to put the TPE. There are a lot of wasted TPE out there for player builds. I'll tell you that right now. So so yeah. Actually, did I go mute there? I feel like I might have. Hmm, okay. Yeah, what BTS said is right. You gotta you ultimately you have to do the work. You got to get yourself the TPE, but like you got to do the task and you got to figure out ways to earn the best that you can. I'm not saying everyone needs to be max earning. That's not what I'm saying. But think of it this. I always said updating and earning. That's practice for the that's like showing up to practice. If you never show up to practice, you never be part of that team outside of the games. You're not going to get better. And that's what it is. So, and that, yeah, the GMs are supposed to lead you in the right track, and so yeah, make good use of them, and not just them. You have the rookie mentors. You will meet other people along the way that that have had success in the league, and you can ask questions. So yeah, but I think that's the one thing that if there's any advice I will give to the rookies is that ask questions. Like I found the people who have been most successful are the ones who are willing to ask the questions. Like never assume that like don't think that the questions would like it's something you should have known. That there's no such thing. So you're better off just asking. So and yes, use the updater tool. Learn to use that. That is a godsend. Back in my day, we had to do it manually. Yeah, that's so I, I mean you always have questions. I tell people like like I was a rookie mentor way back when, and I mentored these people to the point where these people are GMs and they still come to me with questions. So what were you talking about? You still DM me with the same thing. I'm not the GM, and you still DM me with the same thing. You could do it manually, yeah. Like there's no problem doing it manually. Especially if you have done it before. So the if there's a way that makes sense, whatever works for you. But like if you have never done it before and you've no logical sense of how to update, use the updater. That's yeah. You know like like it took me a few weeks to kind of figure out updating too, but like don't worry about messing it up. Just do your best to figure out like how like just how to do it, and you get there. Yeah, there's an update tool. Yeah, if yeah, go find your GM and they'll show it to you. So, but yeah, Johnny, the updater tool for regression is that's where that's where that's where the updater tool actually is really great. Yeah. So there's an actual video by Hummus showing how to use the update tool that's in the video section, where that is on the sidebar. So you could look for that too. So oh, while we've been talking, it looks like we're in the seventh. 3-0. So San Jose needs to score. The offense disappeared again as whoa, Samayo having himself a heck of a tournament here, but he finally gets replaced by Ono, and oh, looked like there's an error, and player made it third. Doesn't matter. McCoy strikes out. Jose, Jose, is he going to do something? Oh, Jose knocks in a run. Oh, 3-1. There's three errors by. You can't. You can only score one run when the other team makes three errors, and you probably don't deserve to win. Oh, poor Town. I feel like he has been having a very bad. Oh, so much for that. They got the insurance run back. Yeah, those the fancy technology us kids use. Us kids, what am I talking about? I'm not. I'm no kid. Like all you guys are probably babies compared to me, but. Oh, that one's deep. That's gone. It's a nozzle. Take one back. So, um, yeah. So updater tool. Figure. Yeah, I'm fine with that. So I can't tell if Fishy is actually being serious or not, but the fun part of PB is actually like seriously like we have a huge age range of people and it's interesting when you find out like they're people. I mean, so like, but we do have a huge age range. So like our oldest member is I think 73. I mean, I don't know what the youngest one is, but I know there are a few like really young high schoolers at least. Oh, but just want to oh congratulate the Volcanoes as they take the series, winning 4-2 in that last game. See, Windsor hits, Yellowstone wins. That's pretty much it. There's your secret sauce right there. So Windsor getting a couple of hits up top. Namite getting a couple of hits as well. They knocked out 4 runs, just enough, squeaking by San Jose. And so on San Jose's side, not too much going on. They didn't score until the bottom of the seventh. The offense was non-existent. Joe Samayo, um, 11 strikeouts. I mean that's pretty impressive considering strikeout isn't normally that high here. Especially I think he was a junk baller. He's not even. What was he? He was a junk baller if I remember correctly. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he was a junk baller. Um, so Grisby takes the loss on the other side, and Samayo gets the player of the game. But it's probably safe to say. I mean, I wish they did a series like tournament MVP. OTP does not do so for tournaments, as far as I know. But I'm pretty sure Windsor here would probably take home that prize. But Simile, yeah, it's probably Simile. I don't. Yeah, I think I said it Simile in the past, but this is one of the IAs. They've been around forever. Just never figured out what the name actually is. But congratulations to the Volcano. Uh, so yeah. Oh man. Um, 73. Yes, 73. Yes, I'm scrolling back. Yes, 73. Or 72, 73, around there. That is so so that is our oldest member as far as I know. I know we have a at least one more in two more I believe in their 60s or late 50s or whatever. We have a few in their 40s. Bunch of us, a bunch. There's a bunch in their late 30s and a ton in their 20s. So we were kind of all over the place, and so that's actually kind of cool. Like, so is there a play? Yeah, there's a playoff coverage option, but it doesn't show the um, MVP for tournaments. It shows it in the playoffs. It's weird. I don't know why that is. So I guess I could go forfeit day. Let me see if that changes. Nope, doesn't change. So yeah, it only does it for playoffs. Like I've set up different tournaments before and I've never seen it, and I definitely have not seen it like in all the seasons I've done this. Like um so um uh logistics. I'm gonna get this file zipped up and I'm gonna post it so anybody who has OTP can peruse, I guess. There is no index for it. I have tried to get an archived index and it's just it doesn't show everything properly. So I don't feel like struggling with that. But if you do want stats, uh, oh right, they remove everybody from the freaking file. It's stupid. Okay. I have to look at that again because I don't remember. Yeah, I'm sure we can, like if you want, we could find the stats for you, and for the life of me, I can't remember. I think it's here. So, um, yeah, if I guess we could post some of that later if when I get a chance. I probably won't for a few days. So, no, Fishy, thank you for helping the mod. I do appreciate it. And I thank you all for kind of joining me on a later stream and just hang out and so hopefully this was somewhat fun and so don't show my stats. Uh, yeah, so it's time for you. PCL's dead. Hummus is too busy. Um, let's so let's see. I'm getting tired, but now I actually so this is the off season actually is terrible for me, but um, now I have to go work on the file to get us ready for next season. So that will be fun. Um, so good luck to everybody. Tomorrow the minor drafts is at 3:30, and Sarah will be hosting it. Um, best of luck to everybody. Um, if you get drafted by Hubcats, I look forward to seeing you guys in the locker room and getting to know you guys a little bit more. And that's incredible. That's 13 walks to 4 strikeouts. I should have looked at that. That's insane. Okay. Um, and so what will happen is that after the draft tomorrow, you guys are going to you guys going to get invited to your respective teams. Your player page will get moved to the team section, and you'll actually get updated on Sunday. So if you are concerned about how your update page looks, and your GM really should be looking at it, be prepared to fix it. It's not a big deal if it doesn't go through this week because next week is just spring training, and you really have to, it's really next week's update that's probably more important. Uh, so and no, there would not be an index for this. I've tried to pull out an archive index for it, and it doesn't show it properly. I wish I had the time to dig it into it more and try to do this right, but uh, long story short, we can't do this on. We can't run tournaments in the live file. It actually breaks the file in and probably cause more problems than it is. So we use an offline file to run tournaments. There's the same thing with the Tahini Classic that you see on Monday, or whatever day Hummus is running it. I don't remember. Um, so back to so you guys will get updated for the first time on Sunday. Don't worry. That's when you will usually get updated after noon on Eastern time. Um, and let's see. I'm trying to think of things else. So we on Sunday you get updated, and Sunday night we'll have our awards stream. It's probably just a chance to get to know the players a little bit more, but um, we'll have the awards showing each league's MVP, majors, minors, pitcher of the year, all that good stuff. I don't think that is. I don't know what time that is yet. I don't think. I have to double check who's doing that one. Um, I believe either Monday or Tuesday is the Teeny Classic. I probably should pull up. Let's see if he actually said anything. Is there a date for some of this stuff? Let's see. League schedule. Um. Okay, good job, Hummus. He did not put up a league schedule. So either Monday or Tuesday at the Kini Classic. And yeah, yeah, Monday is Tahini, right? Oh, Tuesday. Okay, well, whatever. Monday or Tuesday, one of those 2 days. What the Tahini Classic is for anyone who don't know is it's like a NCAA tournament style, but it's a one game elimination between all teams. This including majors and minors. The seeding how it works is that it's by your record. So the best teams get actually the buys. So and yes, go find it. It's go get your brackets in. It's free money. I mean, if you luck out and somehow get the perfect bracket, some absurd number because the chances of you getting a perfect bracket is so slim. Even though that I think BTS came in BTS BTS came in like really close like a couple of seasons ago. Uh, yeah, 200 mil. But I think BTS came like really close. Like he had whatever the number is, like 24 or 25 or whatever the number is. I forgot. So yeah, the Sloth has won it 4 times, and Johnny Quest got a chance to be on it 4 times. So yeah, 23, 20. Is that what it was? I thought BTS came closer than that, but anyway, whatever the number is. But it's like I think Beaver did the calculation of like the odds of you winning that 200 mil. It's something ridiculously low. So I mean, I told like I think the original price was like only like 10 mil or something like that, and then like he upped it like to like 200, and I was like, that's I was like, usually Hummus is just asking for it because somebody's gonna win that 200 mil one day, and it's just like okay, um, but yeah, um, yeah, 100 mil, okay, yeah, I was like, but yeah, go participate. I mean, you can't hurt. I mean, like you have a chance to win some league money, and it doesn't really take much effort at all. So um, in the 35 one, yes, um, one day. So that will be Tuesday, and then on Thursday will be spring training itself. So you actually see yourself on your team for the first time, and the minors spring training is pretty standard. And I'll give the forewarning. I'll give you a warning for that. The majors spring training will get really strange, and the scores will be insane after a few days in. The reasoning for this is we only have like we run with like five, four, eight, 8 to 9 pitchers in on the team. OTP is expecting like a 40-man roster, and so like it's just gonna it holds the starters to like 4 innings, and then everybody pitches, and every player is just like every pitcher becomes really tired, and it's and the schedule only allows for like one off day. So so what will happen is that after like the fourth day, usually the score starts getting insane because all the pitchers are tired. So just warning of that, you're gonna see football scores on the major side. The minors don't do that because we manually do the schedules for the minors, and the minors have a bigger bullpen because it's not like they're just carrying four pen arms. So yeah, And yes, teams also play fielders out of position, but while that contributes to it, it's not as much. The contribution is not as much as the all the pitchers just being ridiculously tired. But well, curse of the cap, yes. I mean, but even then, even if we had a bigger pen, I don't think it would solve it because again, the OTP is expecting a 40-man roster to be there, and that does not exist for us. So so don't think that's a normal thing when you see the majors kind of gets getting absurd like that. Minors should be normal scores. Like I said, we manually schedule that stuff, and so that's a lot more manageable. So that's Thursday of next week and Saturday of next week. Those are the spring training 1 and 2. After that, the Tuesday after that, which is that's the 26th. That is opening day. So um, yeah, and then off we go to the season. It goes by really fast. So there's only 7 weeks to a season from start to end, and just click that little pitchers leaders. Okay, take a look at the pitchers leaders. I mean, this is really small sample size. I mean, congratulations, you have a safe. uh, you have a 2.08 ERA. um, so yeah, so that's kind of what's upcoming. And my DMs, you can find me on Discord just under Enoch, and you have questions, feel free to DM me and hit me up. I have no trouble, and I'm happy to help in any ways I can. Uh, so yeah, and I was like, if your player didn't do well here, it has no bearing on anything. So this is for fun. This is really it. Don't put a lot of stock into like, oh, my player was like goated here, or my player just absolutely was dog doo doo, and it matters none at all. Like even and that's the other part is in your rookie season, like even statistically for for your first seasons in the league, I wouldn't worry too much about it. The sim is just gonna do whatever it wants, like a lot of times. So you could be batting a buck 80, or you could be batting 400, and it really that is not what when it comes to major scouting. We No one looks at the stats. Like I don't think I've ever looked at anyone's actual stat, like in-game stats, like how much what the ERA is, or what the batting average is, or OPP, and so forth. It's about your ability to earn TPE. That's all. That's what it comes down to. It's activity and personality, like BTS says. So um, so yeah. Um, Most importantly, have fun with it. And in my experience, it's how much what you put into it. It's what you get out of it. So yeah. Yeah, minor league stacks. Yeah, and you gotta keep in mind, like everybody is around the same TPE. The cap of TPE in a minor is 350. It's really not that far off from like where you guys are right now. It's in grand scheme of things. So it does get kind of random, and the sim will do whatever it wants a lot of times. So if you're if you don't play well, it's I wouldn't worry too about it. It's all about getting the TPE. So, and it will get better. So, if you're an Uber tool, don't be an Uber tool. Um, yeah, there are a lot of advice here, like going on. That's for sure. Um, I mean, you learn who's been in the league for a while and who have had success, and it's what you make of it. Um, you know, it's a simple rule. Like just respect others, have fun, and don't piss people off. And so yeah. Well, I never heard the term Uber tool, but yeah, but like but but yeah. Anyways, I think it's getting late, and I'm going to end this stream here. And if you guys have questions, feel free to DM me. Happy to help. And I'm going to get to work on some other stuff. And I'll try to get this file out probably by tomorrow night. But if you um, yeah, don't hit me up for stats until that time. So because I won't be able to look at it because I need the game for other stuff. So, anyways, um, thank you guys for being here. I look forward to chatting and meeting a bunch of you over the course of the next few weeks. And best of luck. So, and have a good night, everybody.